up, ladies and gentlemen? Akulon here, and welcome back to each and one of you. And of course, if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for joining us. I am very happy to have you here. In today's video, of course, this is from the Sunday Night Chill Show as well. But in this specific topic, we are looking at Sylvanas and also at the Shadowlands and the misunderstanding that people seem to have. Now, of course, I have done a video. Alex, please put that video right there. This is my most successful video on the channel ever. This is where I go through everything that Sylvanas has done. This is not that, right? I'm not defending Sylvanas. I'm trying to explain to the people that already accept that Sylvanas isn't bad. I'm trying to explain to those people that you may not understand exactly who Sylvanas is. So hopefully this gives you some more insight into Sylvanas' character. If nothing else, it is going to give you a lot of insight into the Shadowlands souls. As always, I want to hear from you in the comment section down below. Remember, you can follow me live every Tuesday to Friday right here on Twitch. The link is in the description down below. Or every Sunday for the Sunday Night Chill Show right here on YouTube. So there's no links. Yeah, there's no links because it's right here. Just tune in on a Sunday and you'll see me live. No links. Yeah. Anyway, hit that like button. Hit that dislike button if you don't like the video. I don't know why you wouldn't, but fuck it. You can hit the dislike button if you don't want to like the video. And then hit that subscribe button, because, well, I said so. Yeah. I told you guys that I wanted to do the cosmological discussion before we get into the very last one, because you kind of have to understand how the different cosmological forces fit together so that you can understand the last conversation or the last topic that we're going to talk about. And that, of course, is Sylvanas. And I most specifically want to talk about how everyone seems to be misunderstanding Sylvanas. And this is not going to be a repeat of my video that I went into every single one of the cinematics to show you what Sylvanas actually means. I'm talking very specifically about the misunderstanding, the misconnect, or the disconnect right now between what a lot of people see Sylvanas do and what they think when I say something like Sylvanas, I agree with what Sylvanas wants to do, and where people get it wrong. So often I will get people that say, dude, you really think Sylvanas would be doing all of this just to help her, just to help us? This clearly isn't her. This isn't who she is. And you are 100% correct. Sylvanas isn't doing any of this for us. She's doing this for herself. Sylvanas has had enough. She has had enough. I've said this before. This has also now become a fucking staple on the channel where I read you the final words of Shadows Rising in the epilogue, where Sylvanas explains herself. She explains exactly what she despises about the current universe, right? Why she needs all of this to be undone. This is not for us. When Sylvanas said at the top of Icecrown Citadel, this world is a prison, she was quite legitimately referring to this world being a prison. And I've shown you in the previous video, the Shadowlands right now have been taken prisoner by a cosmological force called Death. A cosmological force that wasn't meant to take control of our souls. It wasn't meant to control us. This is what Sylvanas has had enough of. Now, I've also explained to you in the past that there is actually perhaps a little bit more to the story and something that actually pushed Sylvanas towards this. When Sylvanas finds out for the very first time that she is to be the next war chief, she's shocked. To her, this was not what she actually envisioned. She didn't want to be the war chief. Now, we learn that it was Muazala, at the behest of the jailer, that made Sylvanas into the new war chief. But if Sylvanas was always working with Zuval, always working with the Lords of Death, so to speak, then she would have known that she would ultimately become the war chief. But she states this, right? She says it. I'm not going to show you guys the cinematic again. Hopefully Alex will have the cinematic playing. Maybe he'll pause me and he'll let you see what's happening with her face. But you can watch that cinematic where Sylvanas is shocked at what is happening here, and she says, in the end, Death claims us all, but the Horde will live on.
War Chief.
The lower spirits say death will claim me soon.
In the end, death claims us all. But the Horde will live on.
I have never trusted you. Nor would I have ever imagined in our darkest time that you would be the one to save us. The spirits have granted me clarity, a vision. They whisper a name. Many will not understand, but you must step out of the shadows and lead. You must be War Chief.
This is quite literally stated by Sylvanas. In the end, death claims us all. So she's very surprised at what just happened there, and she's clearly not happy. Now, I showed you guys another one that I do think I need to show this. Nah, again, fuck it. Alex, if you can show the Variant's death, that would really be helpful. If you can't show it, that's fine. I'll just paint you guys a picture. As Sylvanas is flying away from the broken shore, and she looks back and she sees Varian going up in smoke. The book actually states that Sylvanas, and this is now of course before the storm actually states that Sylvanas felt sorrow. She couldn't help but wonder if perhaps this was the last moments of a great warrior. I believe that Varian's death played a massive part in Sylvanas' transformative journey to where she is right now, to what she's going to do and what she's ultimately trying to do. I believe Varian's death played a massive role in that, because Varian's death again was because of interference from outside sources. If Muazala never blocked Bwansamdi's ability to communicate with Vol'jin, Vol'jin would not have fallen. The Horde may in fact have been able to stop the Burning Legion from overrunning the Broken Shore, and they may have been able to save Varian, or at least give Varian enough time to escape. But because Muazala stopped Bwansamdi from communicating with Vol'jin, Vol'jin's defenses were down. Vol'jin actually states this. On that day, even his senses felt down. His link to Bwansamdi was down. So Vol'jin got cut down. The Horde leaders got cut down. And Sylvanas had to retreat. All of this, the attack, the constant attacks from the Fel, from this order, from this literal site, the constant attacks that the reality has to endure, and the amount of lives that's been taken because or in service to these different cosmological forces in their ultimate war is what I believe led Sylvanas to this point where she just went, enough. I'm done. I am done bowing to your rules. I am done dancing to your tune. It is over. I mean, Xal'atath asks, if you guys are familiar with the Whispers of Xal'atath, Xal'atath asks if the Draenei are aware that they are not the first, that there have been many races prior to them, and that this eternal war is much older than even they are. Paraphrasing, of course, but Xal'atath effectively states that all of us, every single mortal force, is effectively a tool for these cosmological forces to start their wars against each other. We're being used as tools. And that moment at the top of Ice Cream Citadel, Sylvanas said, enough. I will no longer be a tool for this universe. So is Sylvanas actively trying to save us? No. No. She couldn't give two fucks about us. I need to make that very clear. Sylvanas could not give two fucks about you, me, or anyone else. She is doing this 100% for selfish reasons. But if in the process, we end up being free as well, is that they not still a noble goal? If we end up being free because of her selfish actions, does that then not ultimately still make this a very noble goal? Because if Sylvanas succeeds in this war, we will all be freed from this prison that the Eternal Ones have built for us. So next time you hear someone going, oh, Sylvanas clearly is just a selfish bitch, one can be selfish and still do a lot of good for the world, right? In fact, some of the best things that ever happened in the world was done by very selfish people. People who just wanted to make money, right? Gave us electricity. Now, you could argue Tesla was the one, but if Tesla had his weight, he would be the only one who ever fucking knew how it worked, and he would probably have died with it as well. The fact that we have it on a grand scale is because of someone who just wanted to make some money, right? So in a lot of ways, selfishness has led to a lot of good things. It can have its downsides as well, but that's a different discussion. We're not getting into a whole fucking philosophical discussion about selfishness. I personally believe that selfishness is a very good thing, and one should be very selfish with oneself and with one's time and with one's emotions. Sylvanas is the ultimate embodiment of what we discussed on Twitch earlier this week, libertarianism. This is what the Forsaken embody. The Forsaken is at its core libertarians. They're like extreme libertarians. They are very individualistic. They do not like control. They are extremely anti-control, right? This is what the Forsaken embody. Every single one, and this is what makes World of Warcraft so good, right, is if you think about it, every single one of the cosmological forces is a lot of what Blizzard takes from the real world that makes it work, right? The fact that I can look at, one of the races of World of Warcraft and I can identify things that is similar to what is in the real world makes World of Warcraft such a good game. Now, for the Forsaken, Blizzard chose an obvious, extreme, libertarian ideology. Right? The Forsaken say that themselves. They believe in the end justify the means, every man for himself, no mind control. This is kind of how they exist. This is kind of how they want to exist. Yeah? Sylvanas is the ultimate embodiment of that. She does not want to be controlled anymore. And hopefully, through what she does, we will gain that freedoms as well. Now, will Blizzard ultimately end up allowing that to come to pass? I don't think so. Because what Sylvanas wants to do is literally destroy all of the universe. But there's no reason why we can't still be put free or set free. Maybe just not to that extent. Because Sylvanas' ultimate goal would be the end of WoW. In a way. Yeah, that would be her ultimate goal, is to pull the plug on the development of the game, because that's what makes everyone slaves. Now, that's not going to happen. But never think of Sylvanas as like an altruistic goody two-shoes. That's not who she is. That's not who she wants to be. She's got a war. Her war is with the cosmological forces. And I believe that she is going to betray the jailer. Because I think the jailer wants something else. I think the jailer wants to ultimately control the universe. I don't think he wants to undo all of this. And I think Sylvanas would still not put up with that. She would still not put up with yet another ruler. She wants no ruler. And I think she's going to betray him, and most likely going to be some giant moment where the jailer's got the upper hand, he's busy defeating us, he's busy smacking us down, and then Sylvanas jumps in, arrow in the knee, and he goes down from the arrow in his knee. Yeah? Some shit like that. Something to that effect's going to happen. Obviously, your love or hatred of Sylvanas is going to depend quite heavily on your own inner ideology and how you feel about the world around you. As someone that is furiously individualistic and very selfish with my time, very selfish with my life, as someone who believes in personal responsibility and not being part of the group, I obviously identify extremely well with someone like Sylvanas, but there are people who wouldn't, and that's fine too. I just think, never think that she's doing this to save us all. She couldn't give two fucks about you. Also, don't use that as a sort of explanation to your friends who don't like her. She's not trying to save you. She's trying to save herself. In doing so, she might save us, but she's definitely not trying to do it for us. Hopefully that explains some of it, because I hear a lot of people commenting, really confused as to why I would say that she's trying to save us all, when in reality, she really isn't. She's just trying to save herself. But hopefully through that, she saves all of us, you know, which would be a good thing. And then, of course, I want to hear what you guys have to think. What do you guys think? I know this is my community. You all fucking love Sylvanas. That makes sense. But I still want to know what you think. What is her ultimate plan?